across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And tackled down after a gain of 3 leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 20 drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the Titans are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown there to make the grab. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So now the Titans will line up to go for 2. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Holding offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They run with Taylor. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with run.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run here with Taylor. Oh, fighting off the defender. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
And that's going to be caught. Oh, a one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown. And the QB rating right now sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. He's got it, so they take just the 1 here, and that makes it an 8-7 game in the first. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And the final 2 weeks, just like a formality pretty much, they're going to be the number 1 seed. But there is the matter of that perfect record, 14-0 right now. How might that change how they approach these next 2 games?
And I think what it does is it forces you to come together as a team and as an organization and say, okay, what are we really trying to accomplish here? And what's the best way to reach those goals? For some teams, the best way is to stay focused, stay locked in, go for a perfect season, and then take that open week to rest and heal up before the playoffs begin. For others, okay, we've got it locked in. Let's start to tamp it down a little bit. Get these guys rested and ready to go. All depends on your organization. I think most players would tell you, let's go for the perfect 16-0.
Yeah, I think the fan base, they would usually say that as well, wouldn't they?
They certainly would. The hard part, though, is if you get beat along the way, we should have rested the guys.
Exactly.
You know how it works.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
First and 10.
A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports.
Into the first quarter with the score Titans 8, Texans 7.
On 1st and 10, Farr looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Back to throw. 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Yeah, the Titans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That play gets him. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
The Texans first down.
Operating from the gun. Fields. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete.
Complete to
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
on 2nd down. It's Taylor, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead.
They count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah.
Just,
And you know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This one caught by Ridley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. On first down, Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Fields pass.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Yards on the
Now
pickup.
that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
No!
so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. The Colts still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they trail in that one as that game's gone to halftime. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Jake Rudock, over 300 yards passing in the victory with a couple of touchdown passes as well. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. Houston set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Taylor takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run once more with Taylor. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
First and 10, Taylor now. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. 2
catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The throw over the middle, taken in. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
To number 84.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Make a block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little...
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 68 yards. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. So here are the Titans now as they'll again go for 2. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
From the gun, Fields. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
Here's Jackson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. And that's McCoy, who is still down following the play. Appears shaken up. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got and it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Chris Godwin, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The Titans again will line up here to go for the two-point conversion. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Fields. A very quick pass to Ridley.
Fields.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down.
From the gun. Fields. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Fields able to hit his target, Lamb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. From the gun, Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Operating from the gun, Fields. He dumps it underneath for Taylor.
Fields.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier. Roquan Smith in on the tackle. That's a gain of 4.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. That's complete, right around the 8. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
At the 8-yard line.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Up. Check.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big. Focused on the guys out wide. They forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate. And oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Now they're down onside kick. Can't fault him for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The pass.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
What's the deal?
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now out comes Houston. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 1st down. Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Following the fumble recovery. Farr looking downfield for Godwin. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. No. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower. Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. On 1st and 10, Fields. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down, Texans.
On 1st down, Fields. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw again, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts.
Gain of 6 yards.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. It's caught inside the 25.
Fields pass.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Today's final score,
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get